Hello everybody, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. I have been very busy. I've been doing exams, I've been doing college work, all sorts of stuff, work as well, just getting in the way. But on the plus side, I've passed all my exams. I'm now a qualified sports massage therapist. Random, I know, but it's all good. It's all good. So if you've got any aches or pains, let me know. I'll sort you out. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So you might be able to see here, Santa has been very generous to me this year for Christmas and birthday, and Christmas and birthday and Christmas and birthday for many years to come. Because I've got an iPad. Ooh, yeah. It's very nice indeed. And Nanostudio translates very well onto it. Nice big screen, nice displays and everything, and particularly like the way that it shows you all of these on the same page. Very nice. So yeah. Right, the purpose of this video. I've had a request from a YouTube user called William Royal01, asking if I can show him how to recreate some sounds from a Nero track called Departure. And so in trying to sort the sounds out, I've just ended up recreating a few bars of the track, and I figured I might as well just make a video of it and upload it for you guys to see. So it's a kind of tutorial, I suppose. If anything, it can give you just sort of maybe some ideas for the basics for a new sound, or can just enable you to hear me waffle on for another however many minutes. Either way, here we go. I just got to say, it's a very rough recreation of the original track. It's not, I repeat, not meant to be like a exact copy or anything. A, I don't have enough time, and B, Nanostudio does have its limitations, and I'm sure when Nero were writing the track, they had access to full-on studio equipment, everything at their disposal. So there's a lot more tricks and stuff they can utilise. I think I've done a pretty okay job. I'll leave that to you guys to decide, but yeah, it does the trick. And more than anything, this is just an example of what you can do with Nanostudio. Come on, phone, don't start doing that. Shush. Hush now. Thank you. Anyway, okay. So I'll run through each part. I'll play it to you quickly in a second, but I'll run through each part after that so you can hear what they should sound like. And then I will show you each page, assuming that my phone stops making this noise. Come on. I'll run through each page. I'll let you, so you can then pause and copy it if you want to on the video. And yeah, I guess that's about it really. And then at the end I'll put on a proper bounced version of the track just so you can hear it properly. And yeah, let's crack on. So this is what it roughly sounds like, complete with phone interference. go. Okay, so individually, each bit, you've got the drums at the top, which I've used 2 imported samples, the kick and the snare, and then some from Nanostudio. I think this is the drum and bass bank, and then I've changed the kick and the snare. Again, I've used, if you can get your hands on Vengeance Essential House sample CDs, then there's so many hits on there that will work very well in this kind of music. And if you're unsure about importing samples and stuff, then check out my other videos, because there is one all about that on my channel. So that's the drums, and also I'll show you the mixer settings for each part as well, because most of them have got effects on each channel. So here's the drums. On the hi-hats, obviously each one with the green bit here has got effects on, so I've just boosted the top end of the hi-hats and taken and rolled off the low end there. The lead is the next one. I did this in a bit of a haphazard way, so I've got one lead here and then one down here, and unfortunately, unless I'm missing something, I don't think you can move the channels on here, which is a shame. But so this top lead, they're both playing the same melody, but one, they're different sounds on each one, so it just enhances the overall sound. I'll play it to you both, and then I'll take one out so you can hear the difference. And yeah, I'll tell you about the second one when we get to it. But so the first one here, I'll show you each page that I've used and changed. This one, if you load up preset bank A number 10 called Ravey Davey, then it will give you the basics of this setting, and then you can tweak it as to what you can see here. And for each of these I've pretty much definitely changed these settings. Obviously, if you're on the phone, then it's split into these 4 blocks, and I've probably changed these ones here, but this I've never touched, so you don't need to worry about all of that. And then these, I think bar maybe 2, I haven't really changed these either, but I think they're always filter Q up this side and filter cutoff on the bottom, and I don't think I've ever used this one, so don't worry about that, but just copy it, and just in case. So that's the first one, and the mixer settings for that lead 1 there is just 1 effect. Okay, number 2 in this particular order is the mid bass, which sounds like this. And there's a gap there because there's another sliding note which is on this second track here, which I'll come to in a sec. But okay, so that's the mid bass. This one originally came from a sort of pre-made, one of my own sounds that I've fiddled with for ages, so I'm sure it did come from a Nanostudio preset at some point, but I cannot remember which one it was. So if you just copy all that down, and again these bits here, and that one there, then in the mixer got lots of effects. As this bass, I think, is almost identically used for the sliding notes as well. So what you might want to do, just to save time, is put these effects in once, and then you can save that chain. So those effects, those 4 effects there, you can save, give it a name, OK, and then when you go to like the next channel, you could go load chain, Bosch, and it would load them up, and then you can tweak them to as you want. So it just saves a bit of time there. But okay, so that's the mid bass. As I say, this one has got the sliding note, so I'll play you the previous track I was just talking about, and you'll hear the sliding note as well. That one at the end. So the sliding note, start from here, there you go. Pretty much the same as the mid bass, except this bit here is where you get the slide from. You just set the envelope to affect the pitch of both oscillators. Have a play around with this, because you can get doing all sorts of crazy stuff, but yeah, that's what you want there, and that's the next bit, and then that bit. Again, cue and cut off. Mixer is there. And what we got next? We got the sub bass, so it's playing the same as the mid bass, but obviously it's a slightly different sound. And it's if you select the detuned bass preset, Bank A 08, then you can tweak it to that. And that, and that, and then mixer settings, no effects. Normally, as a rule, sub bass I wouldn't bother putting effects on, no reverb, none of that kind of business, because you just want it, you don't want to muddy it up. It's so low that you just want to keep it nice and as clean and punchy as possible. And what we got next? Next, this is playing the same as both basses, but this is like it's got more sort of white noise and a bit of a hiss on the top end of it, which sounds like this. And this, along with the second lead sound, which I'll get to in a bit, have both got this noise, this white noise on the top of it. It's because in the original track it sounds very much like Nero. I've used a lot of side chaining, and this kind of replicates, because Nanostudio can't do side chaining as you would in, say, a desktop application like Logic or something, but you can kind of recreate it. So if I give you the settings for this, and then I'll show you where you do the recreation bit. So there's that page. As you can see, this comes from Ravy Davy again, so maybe load that up first and then tweak it, and that bit there, and then the whooshy sort of sound comes from assigning the LFO or an LFO to the filter cutoff, which means when the filter is open, you'll hear all the hiss, and then as it closes, the hiss will get less. So the concept of side chaining is for example, you have the bass line playing, and then every time the kick drum comes in, it will signal for the bass line to drop in volume slightly when the kick plays. But it doesn't have to be a kick and a bass line. It can be any two things. Can make you have one thing playing and another thing comes in and drops the volume of the other one. Just for as long as the second element is in. And so in this instance, I've got this hiss going in and out and in and out. I've set it to a set rate on here, but you could automate it. So if you wanted to be really, you could go in and I'd be very precise with it, and actually automate the filter, the cutoff, to say close every time a kick plays in your track, or every time something plays, or the snare or something, to get that effect. It's more time consuming than just doing a straightforward side chain thing, but again, you have to work around the limitations, and it still sounds pretty good. So yeah, have a play around with that. The mixer settings for it, bit of reverb, and I've just boosted the high end and rolled off the low end there as well, bit in the middle. Just because a lot of some of this sound kind of it merges in with the hi-hats and stuff, so just wanted to give it a bit more of a crisp top end. And what's next? This is just the sub bass doing the sliding down note like the previous mid bass did. So there's that page. Again, this is where you get the slide from. That one and that one. Sub again, so no effects. We're almost there, bear with me. Okay, this is the other lead, which, as I played earlier, it's got the whooshy sort of hissy sound on. And again, that's because you've got the noise in there. This comes from Maybe Davey 2. Yeah, copy that up. And that one. And that one. And the mixer, just a bit of EQ. Again, boosted the high end a bit and rolled off the low end. And then at the end of the 8 bars, the original track has a note that slides all the way up an octave. So I've used almost the same sound as the mid bass, but I have tweaked it because, again, the original track it is a different sound, slightly different sound to the main bass. It's also got a bit of a wobble to it, but I haven't fully recreated that in this. But yeah, it just sounds like this. There we go. And again, this is the bit that's doing the slide. Oh no, I was going to say that's where it originally came from, but that's one of my sounds. So yeah, just copy that up, then that one, and that bit, and then the mixer, nothing on that one. Again, this is the sub bass doing the same thing, just sliding up. So either copy all of that, or you could save your previous sub bass settings, load it up onto this new channel, and then just tweak this bit. Save yourself some time. Obviously, you can do that with the mid bass ones as well. sub, no effects because there's no green light, and no effects on the last one as well, but I'll show you that now. And this is just the pad that comes in for the second half of this loop. And that is pretty much like the preset as it was. Bank A 11 called intervals, but I know I remember changing a few bits of it, so once again copy that and that bit and that one, and as I showed you, there's no effects on it. So other than that, on the actual main out channels, I've put a compressor on here. It's just to try and, on the original track, that's unfortunate. May have to do some editing there. Slight technical difficulties. And a cat coming in as well. Excellent. Okay, that's good. Okay. Squash, stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Don't stay there. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, so at the end I'm going to put a sorry, what was I saying? The compressor on here is for is to try and emulate the original track's heavy compression that they put on it. Potentially these settings are a little bit harsh, but it just, you can play around with it and see what you come up with. Yeah, so as I try and prevent my cat from walking across the screen again, I think that is about it. I'll add on after this bit. There's going to be like the bounce of the whole loop, so you can hear it properly. There should be a dubsteps drum tutorial coming up next. Someone's asked me to do one, and as I said in my reply to them, I will happily do one, but as I don't really listen to dubstep at all, it's going to probably be dubstep drums done how I would do them, which might not be to everyone's taste, but hey, you know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's up to you. I think that's about it, guys. I hope this was helpful. If it wasn't, please let me know, and let me know why, so I can sort anything out, any issues you have. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll do my best to reply to you. Rate, comment, subscribe, all of that gubbins, and be good to each other. Alright, take care. Cheers.